welcome to this video. My name is Emma and this is Lauresha, and we are both working for the Gaia-X Federation Services so-called GXFS project. In the next couple of videos, you will get a better understanding of our project and our key objectives.
One goal of Gaia-X is to organize participants in federations. To empower these federations and to make them operational, we are working on so-called GXFS toolbox. This toolbox will help to fulfill the main Gaia-X objectives, which are providing trust, interoperability, and ensuring that each data owner retains sovereignty over their data.
We are happy to introduce to you our key experts. They are all working with us in the project to implement the reference open source code for this toolbox.
Hello everyone! In this video we have Christoph. He is the head of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science at Fraunhofer Institute. He is leading the work package self-description. Christoph, could you please tell us about your work package and why do we need this service?
My work package in the scope of Gaia-X and Federation Services is about defining the language that actors and services in Gaia-X speak to each other. In that, for example, any provider has to identify themselves by a self-description, which is a small record of machine actionable metadata. And any service offering that they provide over Gaia-X must also have such a self-description, such that others can retrieve it and can understand what they are going to consume.
So self-description is one of the most important components in Gaia-X Federation Services packet.
Indeed it is. So it is. The activities are in the scope of the catalog work package in this project, but the self-description activities have connections also to many other work packages.
Could you please tell us the importance of being part of Gaia-X Federation Services project and why you personally want to work on this project?
So first of all, I think the Gaia-X Federation Services are those services that make a data and service ecosystem a Gaia-X conforming data and service ecosystem. So you need Federation Services in order to get such an ecosystem running. Well, Gaia-X has made the claim last year, we are here to deliver, and the implementation of the Federation Services, which is happening in the first half of this year, is a major delivery. And that's why it is important that we are not only setting standards, but that we also make them happen.
Christoph, can you please tell us what makes this approach different from other currently used concepts?
Well, first of all, it is no rocket science and it is not an entirely alternative approach, but it is based on established standards and their implementations. For example, W3C, World Wide Web Consortium standards. The way it is special is that it puts all these bits and pieces together into a comprehensive solution that enables all actors in the Gaia-X ecosystem to talk about, for example, their services on a specific level, so that we enable them to create valid descriptions of these services, but also on the level of standardization, that we've defined a governance process for evolving and improving the schema that says what are the attributes that are required in the self-description of a service offering or of a provider. And this is not only a governance process that has been specified on paper, but it is also fully technically supported.
And what are the key challenges that you are facing doing this work?
We need to balance different interests and different backgrounds. So we need to make this semantic interoperability work, but in such a way that it is not an obstacle or a nuisance for the service providers, such that they can simply go ahead, that we provide them with easy-to-use tools for describing their service offerings, and such that they do not have to understand all the, let's say, scientific backgrounds behind this, which enable the interoperability.
And how do you face this? Is that difficult? Because with these new concepts?
Well, it is at times difficult, but also feasible. We are in close interaction with the community. That is putting a lot of effort into documenting things, explaining how things work, and also carefully selecting from the available technology what is necessary to satisfy the Gaia-X requirements, as not to dive into over-engineering.
What is the main achievement you have done so far? And we would like also to know what is next.
The main achievement so far is that we have defined a new governance process for the self-description work package, which is going to be reshaped into a proper sub-working group within the Gaia-X association. So we need to have a proper governance mechanism, and this governance mechanism does not only exist on paper in documentation, but it is also technically supported by a tool chain, in that for defining new schemas for self-descriptions with new attributes that, for example, a service offering requires, we have a single source of truth that is both manageable for human experts, such as service providers, but also machine actionable. And from that source, we can generate all the other artifacts. The basic setup is what we've achieved most recently. And then attaching all the tools up to, for example, documentation generation to that is one of the next steps. And then we are planning to reach out to those who provide services, and also to those who understand specific diverse classes of services. For example, a machine learning service that is using a data asset, how to describe that. The language for describing them still has to be elaborated, and we've provided the basic tooling for that now.
Last question for you. What will be your call to the community and other potential participants to join Gaia-X project?
Well, the call to the community is first of all to get on board of the activities that are going on right now. That is, once in the next few days, we will announce the first release of our tool chain, and then they can get their hands on. They can step into the process and suggest, for example, new attributes for services or new, more specific classes of services. And the broader call is that this current project for implementing Gaia-X Federation services is not complete, in the sense that when it comes to its end, all Federation services that you might ever want to have will exist. But there is a lot more to be done, up to, well, possibly even offering the setup of an entire Gaia-X conforming ecosystem as a service. That is, there is much more need for standardizing services and offering them.
Thank you, Christoph. It was a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you.